My boyfriend found out about my old name that I kept a secret because it was a part of a past I wanted to forget, but now he's saying it on purpose to tick me off. I, 25F, and my boyfriend, 27M, have been together for a few months now, and I noticed he started acting distant a few weeks ago, but I tried not to get too worried about it because everyone has off days and he'd been very stressed at work for a while now. Yesterday, when I was over at his apartment, I asked him if he was alright or if I had done something wrong. He was reluctant to tell me, but I continued to reassure him and let him know we needed to communicate to fix problems. He then told me he'd been talking to one of my friends and found out that I'm not who I claim to be. I asked him to elaborate because I was genuinely confused about what he meant. He told me my friend had told him about my birth name, which I changed when I was 22 because I really did not like that name. I was adopted as a child from foster care after my biological parents were deemed unfit to raise me. I changed my birth name because it reminded me of my old family. It wasn't anything massive, both my old and new names are still feminine and what I find to be respectable. My boyfriend seemed genuinely upset that I didn't tell him about my old name and called me a liar and cursed me out for deceiving him. I honestly thought it wasn't a big deal because I never go by that name anyways, and I feel like he's blowing it out of proportion. He has not been speaking to me after this incident happened, and a lot of my friends are siding with him. Update 1. I have since spoken to my friend who swears she didn't tell my boyfriend about my birth name. I found that quite strange, but she promised me that my boyfriend was the one who brought it up to her in casual conversation, and she said it wasn't like he was asking her, and more like he wanted her to agree with him. I tried to ask her why they were talking in the first place, and she made up an excuse about having to go because she was late for something. I suspect something else might be going on there with them. My boyfriend came over to my apartment yesterday since he's decided to speak to me again. He seemed to be over it and I thought everything was good, but that was until he goes to say something to me and purposely says my birth name and then my current name. It was an obvious performance and I felt very betrayed by that. I knew he was doing it just to be an a-hole because he had never once known or called me by that name. Let's say my old name was Kate and my new name is Sam. I asked him to stop saying my old name as politely as I could, to which he repeated, "What was that, Kate?" "Sorry, I mean Sam." I blew up on him about it and told him, "If you can't get my fudging name right, then get out of my fudging house." He told me to learn to take a joke and called me an immature Riri and then left. I'm writing this right before I call to break up with him because I can't handle him doing this all the time, and at this point I'm so fed up I'm just done. I feel like it obviously sounds worse in writing than in real life, but either way, I don't think I can stay with him. Update 2. It's my honor to announce the exciting news to all of you who were so eagerly waiting for. I broke up with my now ex-boyfriend. He obviously knew it was coming and did not seem all that sad about it, so I'm speculating that the suspicion of cheating might have been true. Though, about 3 hours after I broke up with him, he began calling me non-stop, telling me I'm a lying bitch who only wanted his money and overall just calling me all sorts of rude things and smexes comments. I took screenshots of it just in case the harassment continues, but I otherwise have taken no action towards him or responded to him at all. I have since blocked him and the friend he was getting a little too personal with, so I don't feel the need to keep an eye on them or anything, because what they do now is really no matter to me. A few of my other friends have been getting mad at me because of how I ended things with him, saying that I should not have been so petty about my name or accuse him of cheating. I'm not sure how they could have heard about any of that unless he was spreading rumors about me, but I'm trying not to jump to any conclusions. Luckily we did not live together, so I did not have to worry about moving apartments or anything. The only thing I'm really wondering now is, would I be a bitch if I sent the screenshots I took of our chats to other people, like the friends who are siding with him or some other people in his circle?